You might know him as the guy who barks, screams, and goes absolutely wild on his streams. IShowSpeed, also known as Darren Watkins Jr., a 20-year-old who started his YouTube channel in 2016, has blown up the internet. A kid who's just messing around with NBA 2K and Fortnite videos. Back then, he was only averaging 2 to 3 viewers per stream. Talk about humble beginnings. But in 2021, something unexpected happened. It's the moment that changed everything in Speed's life. The clip where he responded, "Cristiano Ronaldo, Suey," to a fan's question, exploded, racking up millions of views and turning Speed into an overnight sensation. Who would have thought that mimicking Cristiano Ronaldo's iconic celebration would open a portal to a whole new universe for a kid? Nobody knew, even Speed himself, that this would turn his life upside down, thanks to fans clipping his wildest moments. He skyrocketed from 100,000 to 1 million subscribers in weeks, making him one of the fastest growing YouTubers ever, at just 16 years old. His unfiltered energy, from barking at opponents to hyping Cristiano Ronaldo, built a fan base that spans continents.
Bradley donated £1 and 79 pence through Super Chat. What soccer football team do you support?
Cristiano Ronaldo, Suey. Simple as that, bro.
It's crazy how a simple answer would blow up someone so big, right? Well, it could be that Speed's consistency and authenticity made him skyrocket to fame. No one really knows. But a logical explanation would be that Ronaldo has 654 million Instagram followers and an unmatched global influence. He is literally a cultural juggernaut. Whereas Speed's unfiltered obsession with the football legend resonated with Ronaldo's fans, his loud, authentic love for Cristiano Ronaldo made him relatable, turning him into a magnet for Ronaldo's massive fan base. His viral moments spread like wildfire across TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, turning him into a global phenomenon. His Talking Ben the Dog streams, where his unhinged reactions to the mobile game made it the top-selling app in 2022, over a decade after its release. It wasn't even a paid partnership, but the app blew up simply because of him. He also racked up millions of views when he lit Pikachu fireworks in his room for July 4th, nearly setting the place on fire, and jumping over a charging McLaren and Lamborghini on stream to live up with his name. I guess that's the reason why he's called Speed. Crazy is an understatement, but his fans liked it. These stunts didn't just make Speed famous, they made him a worldwide sensation. IShowSpeed's visibility and global reach has grown massively from the US, South America, Europe, to Asia and Australia. In his 2024 World Tour, he hit 10 countries in Europe alone, racking up 3.3 billion views across platforms during the UEFA Euro 2024. Streets got packed with fans as he streams, wanting to be part of the hype. They were going crazy for him, following him wherever he went. The amount of people who wanted to see him was insane. They mobbed the streets just to get a glimpse of him. But Speed's Southeast Asia tour was even crazier. He amassed 3.4 million new subscribers in 2 weeks, and he broke a record during his stream in Indonesia, hitting over 1 million concurrent viewers. On top of that, not only he got to meet the boxing legend Manny Pacquiao during his tour in the Philippines, but also he sparred him and had the honor to be knocked down by the 8-time world boxing champion. He ended his tour in South America, visiting 11 countries in 2 weeks, with streams peaking at nearly 500,000 viewers. He celebrated his 20th birthday in Argentina and got a personal greeting on Instagram from his idol Cristiano Ronaldo himself, which instantly became one of the most liked posts on the platform. What's wild is Speed even became the mayor of Lima, the largest city in Peru, for an hour. Overall, his worldwide tour made him a cultural phenomenon, gaining nearly 10 million subscribers. He was even praised by the Chinese government for his cultural impact during his Asia tour. Speed's ability to sell using his raw emotions is powerful. His global reach made him a marketing juggernaut, drawing big brands towards him like a magnet. Logan Paul and KSI saw him as a game changer for their diminishing brand. With Speed's roughly 115 million followers across his social media platforms, just closely behind Logan and KSI's combined reach of over 123 million. His visibility and global reach that spans across continents is what they just needed for reviving their energy drink. Welcome to the price of perception, and this is how IShowSpeed is saving Prime Energy Drink.
Speed, your Prime bottle's here. Your own new flavor.
No way it's finally out. No way it's finally out. My Prime bottle out, baby! So, Prime up, man.
When you walk down the beverage aisle, it's a war zone of energy drinks. Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar, Gatorade, Powerade. Heaps. They're all fighting for your attention, with flashy cans and bold promises of energy. The global energy drink market is a massive $78 billion, growing at 5.9% every year, and is expected to grow to $104 billion. It's fueled by everyone, from gamers and athletes to gym rats needing a quick boost. But it's a brutal game to stand out, and it's almost a no-brainer to compete with the giants who've been dominating the market for years with their loyal fan bases. However, Logan Paul and KSI didn't think so. The big YouTubers with a massive following capitalized on their fame and launched their own energy drink in the UK in 2022. The Prime Energy. Hyping it as a hydration drink with electrolytes and vitamins, not just another sugar-loaded energy bomb. It got so much hype and attention, and fans went wild over it. But the supply couldn't match the public demands and went sold out in minutes. An Aldi spokesperson said, "We're sorry that some customers were unable to get their hands on this product. However, demand has been extremely high. They even limited purchases to only one each variant for every customer, to give other customers a chance to buy it."
I want one. Anyone, yeah, anyone. No, don't push in.
Oh, sorry, Ross.
I don't know where my... I want one.
What's even crazier, the people who managed to grab a number of Prime bottles sold them for thousands of pounds on eBay. Logan and KSI knew that their brand has got so much more potential, and so they stepped up their energy drink game and didn't just rely on their own clout. They went after the biggest stages in sports: football, UFC, Nascar, you name it. In 2022, Prime became the official sports drink of Arsenal, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona, which are all massive football clubs. But it didn't stop there. In 2023, they landed a deal with the UFC, the ultimate fighting juggernaut. And for two YouTubers to sponsor such massive brands, it's wild. They also partnered with top athletes, like the NFL star Patrick Mahomes, soccer phenom Erling Haaland, UFC champs Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski, NBA superstar Kevin Durant, and lightweight boxing champion Devin Haney. These weren't just logos on a can. These partnerships put Prime in front of worldwide audiences, from soccer pitches to octagons. Suddenly, it's no longer just a YouTuber's energy drink. It became a status symbol tied to the biggest stages in sports. But despite the seemingly unstoppable rise of Prime hydration, the brand ran into some serious heat. In 2023, not long after the Prime's launch, New York Senator Chuck Schumer called out Prime Energy's 200 milligrams of caffeine per 12-ounce can, equivalent to 6 Cokes or 2 Red Bulls. He urged the FDA to investigate, saying it was a cauldron of caffeine marketed to kids, despite Prime's claim it's for 18 and older. Schools in the UK and Australia started banning Prime Energy, citing risks like anxiety and heart issues for kids. Canada even pulled Prime Energy from shelves for violating caffeine limits. Then, in 2024, class action lawsuits hit. One, filed by Lara Vera in New York, claimed Prime Energy had up to 225 milligrams of caffeine, more than advertised, accusing the brand of deceptive marketing. Another lawsuit, led by Elizabeth Castillo in California, alleged Prime Hydration's grape flavor contained PFAS, or forever chemicals, linked to cancer and hormone issues.
I only drink Prime and my chest is hurting.
Prime?
I think it's because the Prime.
Come on, man.
Oh my God,
These controversies tanked the brand's image. Prime was losing steam fast. Sales dropped by £63 million, which is more than 50% in 2024. And bottles ended up in Tesco bargain bins for as low as 31 pence. From a quick skyrocketing fame to a meteoric downfall, it seemed like the brand was done for. But Logan didn't want to go down without a fight. He claimed that the lawsuits are based on zero evidence, and said that this ain't a rinky-dink operation. We use the top bottle manufacturers in the United States. All your favorite beverage brands, they use these companies. If the product is served in plastic, they make a bottle for them. However, even though the claims have not been proven yet, public's perceptions about Prime Energy have already changed in a very negative way. So Logan made a bold move. A move that no one expected, even his partner KSI. He knows there's a way to turn the narrative around, and that's to change the public's perception about Prime. And in order for them to do this, they needed a wild card to break through. Someone who's relatively new, relatable, and who matches Prime's energy. Someone who doesn't seem to care about controversies and lawsuits. And that's where this guy comes in to change the game. Prime's partnerships were huge and flashy, but controversies were dragging it down. Search interest was tanking, and shelves were gathering dust. They needed a viral spark to flip the script, and Speed was the perfect match. So the next logical step would be assigning Speed as Prime's newest partner in April 2024. Logan Paul is the face of Prime. He never misses to promote his product. From his Impaulsive podcast to his tours, and even when he's defending his WWE United States Championship against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. This time, he made an entrance with a human-sized Prime bottle mascot. What's wild is that little did people know that the mascot was none other than IShowSpeed. And when Logan was on the verge of defeat, Speed revealed himself and challenged Randy Orton. That's crazy, right? The crowd went wild, but Orton's not having it. He kicked him and took his mascot off. And the craziest part? Orton brutally RKO'd Speed onto the announcer's table. The internet exploded, racking up millions of views on Instagram alone, making it one of WWE's most watched videos ever. But Speed wasn't done yet. He doubled down on his WWE experience and came back. This time at the Royal Rumble. Speed even streamed backstage at the Rumble, a first for WWE, giving fans an authentic peek that traditional ads couldn't match. He helped Braun Breaker eliminate Otis, but Breaker turned on him, spearing him and tossing him over the announcer's table. That moment becomes the most viewed Royal Rumble social post ever, with over 2.5 million views in less than a day. Speed's WWE stunts weren't only entertainment, but also a marketing masterstroke for Prime. A real game changer for brand visibility despite Speed's injuries. When Prime was drowning in lawsuits and bans, Speed's streams made it cool again. He didn't talk about caffeine levels or cancer-causing PFAS. He made Prime a vibe, a status symbol for his global audience. The controversies, buried under his hype. The lawsuits, overshadowed by his energy. It was the perfect synergy. Because Speed's fans, they don't care about the controversies and lawsuits. They want to be part of the hype. And that's what Prime really needed. Speed streams weren't just content, they were events. Short-form videos and live streams are gold for real-time engagement, creating urgency and excitement. His raw, unfiltered style, screaming, dancing, even barking, hit the viral marketing sweet spot, which are emotionally charged, surprising, and shareable.
What do you think is more brutal, spear from Braun Breaker or an RKO from Randy Orton?
You just asked me, does it hurt or does it hurt? They hurt. It hurt. If that's what the people want to hear, they both hurt. I can't even walk. That's pretty much it. I don't know how complex can it get.
It has renewed and boosted Prime's online presence and consumer engagement. The collaboration brought a 20% uptick to the brand's search interest and reclaimed Walmart's top hydration drink spot, overtaking Gatorade. Dubbed as IShowPrime, Speed granted Prime a new chapter in the beverage market, using his charisma, influence, and worldwide popularity. And as a thank you, Logan gifted him a Tesla truck for helping him defeat Randy Orton and enduring the RKO. Even more so, they made IShowSpeed his own limited edition flavor called the Dragon Fruit Acai. When it got released, he celebrated in a way that his beloved Cristiano Ronaldo would, every time he scores. It racked up millions of views on YouTube and TikTok, and his fans, a loyal army of Gen Z and Gen Alpha, didn't just watch, they bought. Retailed as a 12-pack bundle, stock sold out fast, with fans flooding TikTok and Instagram with unboxing videos and taste tests. Some called it Speed Burst, showing Speed's influence gave it a pulse. However, stock issues killed momentum. Fans couldn't get Speed's flavor due to international shipping delays and one-per-customer limits. Unlike traditional celebs, Speed's connection to the brand made the partnership feel organic, not forced. The rawness and authenticity resonated to Speed's fan base, which are mostly teens and young adults who simply don't care about the lawsuits. But the thing is, hype is a short-lived strategy. A brand cannot live on hype alone. It needs substance. It needs a loyal fan base like what Nike, Adidas, Coke, or Pepsi has. They have built an empire so big, sustained trust with their fans, and made them loyal customers who keep buying every release they make. They've stayed relevant through generations. Unlike Red Bull or Monster with decades of brand equity, Prime has no loyal fan base. Its fans are fickle Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids chasing trends. Prime's $250 million in first-year sales and $1.2 billion projected revenue in 2023 had everyone thinking it was untouchable. But its early controversies and lawsuits are like quick mud, drowning it slowly but surely. Speed might have pulled Prime out of it momentarily with his fame and relevance, however. The scandals are sticky and will be hard to get them off completely. Influencer hype can launch a brand, sure, but without quality and trust, it's just another fad. How long do you think Speed can hold Prime out of the mud? Would his fame continue to overshadow its lingering controversies? Or would Prime succumb inevitably to irrelevancy? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe to our channel to find more stories that change your perceptions, which affects value and price tags. I'll see you next time.